So I'm here to give you guys a talk of how life is like after BSc. You said? You get that? Life after BSc. But just know that it doesn't stop there. Education is a continuous process. You understand? And education, I was told, is a means to an end and not an end in itself. You finish early, there's no guarantee you're going to be successful. And you have all the degrees in the world, doesn't guarantee you that either. So what education gives you is a head start. Yeah. It's one of the numerous battles you face or hurdles you cross, facing the stark reality of life. So I remember the American president who was pioneering apprentice, he named it book smart and street smart. He calls you guys book smart because you went through the four walls of education. Some people didn't go to school. They call them street smart. Maybe they've learned their craft in the street. Yeah, that's it. Book smart, street smart. So now when you go out there and learn the nitty-gritties of your industry and also the outside world, because theory is different from practical, then I can say maybe you're a semi-book street smart. See that? So you're two in one. I hope I'm communicating. Yes. Okay. So now, I said beyond BSc, you don't connect the dots looking forward. You only connect the dots looking backward. So maybe 5 years later, all these things you're doing, they said, no knowledge is a waste. And I know in my midst here, we have three kinds of people. That's those who are passionate about real estate degree. And those people who are just doing it because dad, this is a degree, mom, this is a degree. And the third person is, well, that's what they gave me. I just want to get by, feed myself, that's it. So there are three kinds of people. But the passionate ones are the ones that will keep going, even when times are hard. You understand? But what I want to tell you here is that no knowledge is a waste. And now, when you say you don't connect the dots looking forward, you only connect it 5 years later, you will now think about the module I did helped me in becoming who am I today. Am I making sense? The module I did, that GST 101 I did, that FST 103 I did. So that's it. Just change it first. So this is my profile first. No, go back first. This is my profile. That's Chibuzo, I've already said it. I'm a director of Jubilee and Associates Industries and MD of Deal for Deal. We are in online pharmaceutical. We're pioneering online healthcare and pharmaceutical. That's what we're doing. So that's the website there. You can go check us out maybe for more details. So I was an alumni of International School. That's the brainchild of University of Lagos. I was from University of Lagos biochemistry. Then I used to be zoology student. I changed to biochemistry later. Then I went to Loughborough University where I studied MSc Pharmaceutical Sciences, and I did an MBA University of Liverpool. Then also, I put this work experience there to help you know that I didn't just relax. I worked in Fresh Park, Loughborough High School, Girls School, Cheltenham Racecourse, Aintree, Pfizer, Willowbrook Hospice. Then I auditioned for UK Apprentice, and I also photo shoot by British Council promoting student experience. So what I'm trying to tell you is that, you know, the problem we're having in Nigeria here, in Africa per se, is that most parents cage their kids up. So you have to come out of your shell. You understand? Don't just cage yourself up. Try and, because I know the difference between we here and the West is that we are like, because we are muffled, so somebody's suppressing, they don't want you to do this, they don't want you to do what I want you to do. You understand? So that's why they say live your life with arms wide open. Have a liberal mind. You get, have a liberal mind. Be tolerant of other people's view. That's it. I tried to do all these things because I was in the mode of self-discovery. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was in zoology, I changed to biochemistry. I was like confused. I'm sure I was once in your shoes. So just gradually you're discovering. I did all these things and I'm honing my skills, I'm galvanizing it. And how many of you know Apprentice UK? Apprentice US. Oh, you know it, yeah. That's by Donald Trump, the president. He was the one that pioneered it. And for those who don't know, 16 candidates, 8 girls, 8 boys. So there's a business tax, winner gets a treat, then losers, somebody's fired. So that was it. And what other thing again? Yeah. Apprentice UK, the star is Lord Sugar. Lord Sugar, he was those are the stars, those are the board of the boss. They call them the boss there during that program. So that's it. So turn the next slide. So this is my foreword. So this is like a summary of what I wanted to say. All what I want to say. It says the world ain't sunshine or rainbow. It's a very mean and nasty place. It doesn't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit us as hard as life. But it isn't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. This is how winning is done. If you know what you want, you go out there and get what you want. But you got to be willing to take the hits and stop pointing fingers. You don't want to be what you want to be because of mom, dad, uncle, or somebody. Cowards do that, but I don't think that's you. See that? Go out there and get what you want. If you're ready, you have to be willing to take the hits and stop pointing fingers. Mom doesn't want me to do this. Dad doesn't want me to do this. That's it. So I did next slide, please. Yeah. So I did a little research on your course. I think your lecturers will know more about this. I did. It said real estate management. A degree prepares you for a job in the workforce. You can either serve as an employee or an employer of labor in property management business, and at the same time equipping you with highly desirable, transferable e-commerce and business skills. Yeah. So the job options there are building control surveyor, building surveyor. So these are many things. There are lots of opportunities in your field. So you can't deny the importance of all this. So it's for you now, if you want to, maybe like you have options now. Some of you, get to the next slide, let me see them. The options you have available after graduation. Some of you are going to go and do master's degree. Yeah, you do PhD or master's, that's the option one available. And you can go further, diverse your knowledge and contribute your quota in divesting knowledge to growth of humanity. That's what you do. So they say learn all you can. Now that you're still young. Always learn all you can now that you're still young. Because we're going to come to that. Steve Jobs says, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is the result of living with other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of other people's opinion drown out your own inner voice. And most importantly, follow your heart and intuition, for they already know what you want to become. Everything else is secondary. That's what Steve Jobs says. So you don't really have much time. We are your lecturers. I hope it doesn't sound insulting, but your lecturers are gradually becoming the old. We are becoming the new. Very soon, you are the new. It's like a chain reaction. Lecturers, we, and you. Very soon, you are the new now. Very soon you become the old. Remember, you have junior brothers and sisters. They're coming up. So your time is limited, so don't waste it. So now that you're young, learn all you can. Don't just base it that, oh, I did real estate management. That's all I have to do. Learn as much as, now that we're in the digital age, computing. Look at, if you don't know computer, you're going to be thrown by the wayside. Remember that the West is far ahead of us, and we're like catching up. So if you want to be in current to what you're doing, you have to know a lot of just basics. You don't have to be like the PhD holder or something like that. If you know the basics, it will help. So don't limit it to the I did real estate management. If you want to do a master's, you could do an MBA or do something like that, but try and learn. You don't have to even go to school to do that. You can learn it. YouTube is there. 1 billion and 1 videos, more than that. You can learn a lot. If you want to swim, go and learn how to swim on YouTube. If you want to play piano, learn how to. You can do it on YouTube. If you want to learn how to program, learn it on YouTube. It's there. That's what the internet, that's the power of the internet. That's why we can always catch up. China and India is catching up with the West because of the power of the internet. They can flow information flowing up. So, like I said, Barack Obama once said, we need to internalize this idea of excellence. Not many of us spend a lot of time trying to be excellent. See, the problem we're having with graduates now is that they want to get rich quick. They don't take time to learn these things. I remember trying to employ people. I tell them they don't know, they tell you they know Excel. Excel is the basic of computing. But you test them, they don't really know, they don't even know what they know on it. They just claim they know it. Maybe you know how to type words. So it's like you need to learn this thing, hone your skill, sharpen your intellect, galvanize your talent. That's it. Spend a lot of time. Maybe now, I like option 1 and 2 because option 2 is that you go into the workforce and train and learn the nitty-gritties of the industry. After learning the nitty-gritties of the industry, you are now confident. Maybe 5 years, for 5 years. So option 2 is the nitty-gritties of the industry. So when you take time, after 5 years, you're good. You're good to go. You might have investors. Go to Silicon Valley, there are many investors coming to invest in young graduates because they have ideas. They said A poor man talks about money. A rich man talks about things. And a wealthy man talks about ideas. You see that? Ideas. These ideas, you can't deny the importance of the brain. What you can have in your brain. I mean, the power of the mind. The power of the mind. That's what I'm saying. So ideas is very important. So the next one is you could set up a company. Well, that option is also option 3. I don't buy that, but if you have a sponsor of finance, sponsor an external source, you can do that. That will help. Maybe you can learn along the way. You might make mistakes. You'll just be ready to fail. That's it. I think I know Jide Taiwo, Jide and Co. Abi, is that not? Jide and Co. Surveyor. I think, yeah, that's it. So then option 4, you could lock your certificate in a drawer and go pursue a childhood dream or hobby, e.g. acting, modeling, music, choreographer. Well, I don't know about you. See, all these are 4 options. You know, some people, I'm not lying. That's what is happening. Dr. Seed was a medical doctor, am I right? Is it not? I'm not saying you should go there, but these are people that did medicine and came back. And Neto C was a master's degree holder also, if I'm not mistaken. And so you can see that. So what I'm saying is that these are things that options available now. Either you go further your studies, either you learn the craft of the industry, or you set up a business. But if you set up a business, get ready to fail. But fail fast. When you fail fast, you learn a lot and pick yourself up and dust yourself off. Keep moving forward. I'm sure you'll succeed. So the next slide, please. So let's call a spade a spade. Here's my advice. We all know that knowledge is power, so you can't gainsay the importance of your degree. Yeah, your degree is important. Knowledge is power. Yeah. Either options, you're the master of yourself, and my very opinion is for you to try to be the best version of yourself. And learn all you can. Now you're still young. Like I just said it, that's what Steve Jobs said. That same thing I told you. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is the result of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of other people's opinion drown out your own inner voice. And most importantly, follow your heart and intuition, for they already know what you want to become. Everything else is what? Secondary. Then the next one is Jeff Bezos. How many of you know Jeff Bezos? Jeff Bezos. Anybody knows Jeff Bezos? That guy should know. You knew about UK Apprentice. Who was that guy? I mean, US Apprentice. Somebody raised up his hand for US Apprentice. You know Jeff Bezos. Amazon. That's the guy. That's the boss. He said, follow your heart and not your so follow your heart and not your head. You know why? Follow your heart and not your head. Why? Because I said this. Passion will keep you going. So keep trusting forward. Just as hard work will take you places that never were. Imagination now fires the cannonball and has to be the lightning on the cake. Because without it, you go nowhere. So what I'm saying is that passion gives you the staying power. When times are tough, you don't quit. We're in recession. We just came out of a recession, if I'm not mistaken. As we were told, we are in recession. Why are you laughing? Okay, sorry. So you see that when you're passionate about something, some people are quitting their jobs because they don't have passion for it. Am I communicating? Yes. Some people are quitting their job because they don't have passion for it. But when you have passion, when times are tough, you still believe there's hope. They say there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's hope. Don't quit, don't give up. Winners don't quit, losers do. So, for Christians who are here, sorry, I know there might be some Muslims here, but I think I'm a Christian, so I just brought out this verse. Always remember what you've learned. Your education is your life, guide it well. That's Proverbs 4:13 says that. So your education is your life, guide it well. Always remember all that you learn. That's why I say no knowledge is a waste. You get what I'm saying? Next slide. So this is a bit boring, this one now. The reason why I gave you this slide is because down the history lane, Industrial Revolution, I'm talking about the first Industrial Revolution. This is more like research work. You can go read it. I'm sure if I start reading it, you might slip off, so I don't have to. So you understand? So the first Industrial Revolution was about measurements. Second one was about coal gas. Then third one was about mass electricity. You remember it was Thomas Edison that invented this light bulb and everything. So I think during that era was during his own era. Then fourth Industrial Revolution, mass machinery, maybe industrialization. Now the fifth one is the silicon use. Now, computerization of everything. We are talking about Internet of Things. That boils down to what I was telling you guys. There's now 3D images of buildings, real estate buildings. You can have televisions connecting to refrigerators, refrigerators connecting to cars. So you can use your smartphone and connect. Or you want to check your house, you look at your smartphone, you see inside your house. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is Internet of Things is what we're in the digital age now. So all I'm advising you now is go ahead and learn other things. You don't have to go through university again. I know finances might be hard. Ordinary YouTube, you can learn a lot. I learned computing skills through YouTube. I learned database. I learned a lot of things. I'm not the expert, but I know superficially. So when I have staffs, they can't write me. I'll know what I know. If I give you a task, I know what I expect you to do. So with that, you can know. But now, you're in real estate. Now, there could be 3D buildings, 3D images. That's the 6th industrial revolution. That's what they predicted. 3D building. Now you can print furniture with 3D. You have computerization of everything. So if you don't know this computing, you'll be lost. I know we're behind, but remember, not too long, we might catch up. It's just a matter of time. Internet is there, communication, internet aid, look at information flowing here and there. You get it. So the next slide, please. So final thoughts. Martin Luther King once said, if you can't fly, you run. If you can't run, you walk. If you can't walk, you crawl. But whatever you're doing, you have to keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Yeah. Confucius said, it doesn't matter how slowly you go, so long as you do not stop. You see? What I'm trying to tell you here is that life is a marathon. It's not a 100-meter sprint. You start first, there's no guarantee you finish first. Your friend's got a job. Oh, you're going to do a PhD. Oh, he got a job. He got a job doesn't affect you. You have to follow your own course. You understand what I'm saying? Don't look at anybody and say because, he's getting married, or he's doing that. It's all those, they're important. But life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Usain Bolt starts first. He finishes first. But marathon race, you start first, there's no guarantee you finish first. You get what I'm saying? Baby steps build a ladder. So therefore, slow progress is better than no progress. And if only you persevere through, slow progress is better than no progress. Try and make progress. Baby steps, gradually. They say Rome was not built in a day. Start from somewhere, it's never too late. Get what I'm saying? Start from somewhere. You guys, life after BSc is not easy like you think. Remember, you are from theory aspect, you're going to the practical aspect now. Yeah. So look at what Michelle Obama said. That's what I was trying to say. I say, life will put many obstacles in your path. Along the way to the top, you will experience illnesses, losses, crises, and setbacks that will come from nowhere and knock you off your feet. Therefore, it's your duty to what? Show resilience and spring back to action by picking yourself up and dusting yourself off. And head on, keep moving forward. Get that? So, it's not as easy as you think. I was once in your shoes. Very soon, I'll be the old, and you will be new. You are the millennial kids, if I'm not mistaken. If you were inspired and like to communicate with me, you can go to deal4inspire@gmail.com. And that number there, then your Twitter @ichibizo. So, good luck.